But a really high-powered secret shopper is when you have someone who knows your consumer intimately and knows what they want, what they feel, what are their fears, what are their hesitations, and how are we playing to that? How are we overcoming that? And how are we getting them from casual viewer, slightly interested, curious, to overcoming all their hesitations, all the procrastination, and getting them into our practice, walking through the doors.
Welcome to Success Confidentials.
If you're a healthcare visionary obsessed with patient experience, team culture, marketing, and growth, you're in the right place.
We are too. We're Lauren
and Christine,
the patient whisperers. We worked together for 4 years as leaders in a real premium practice.
We did not play in the traditional healthcare sandbox and believe human emotions drive all success, and it really, really worked. We grew our cash pay practice an average 60% year over year.
And on social media, we grew our followers from 1,000 to 14,000 in just 2 years, generating millions in annual revenue from social media alone.
So now we're out here sharing what made us wildly successful so you can be too.
Let's have some fun.
Let's dive in. We're back. Welcome back to Success Confidentials after a wonderful long holiday break.
I know. How was yours?
It was good. It felt really long this year in a good way, but it felt like a really nice chunk of time.
It was. I think like Thanksgiving hitting so close. It was like boom, boom, boom. But I'm happy to finally be in 2025.
We are ready. One of the things we talk about a lot toward the end of a year, beginning of a new year is the exercise of a secret shopper for your practice. And it's one of those things that we kind of have a love-hate relationship with. We had a secret shopper done in our own practice. You may have heard us share our story before, and it was extremely painful at first, but then really enlightening and one of the best things we could have done for ourselves. And then now when we do secret shoppers for practices, it's still that love-hate relationship. It's always a little tough to deliver the bad news in a secret shopper or the areas where we're losing a lot of revenue or a lot of patients. But it's really exciting because it cuts straight to the chase on where you can get the biggest return on your investment and your time when it comes to changing your marketing, changing your website, changing your social, your inquiry process. There's so many areas of opportunity that can dramatically increase our conversions when we know where to level up.
And it really helps you also prioritize these things that I know we all have on our list and continuously put on our list year after year, because we have to level up each point of the patient journey indefinitely. Like we have to continue to improve our processes, our marketing, our social media as trends change. But it really helps prioritize, hey, where are our biggest gaps in the practice and where should we start chipping away at, especially going into a new year?
Yes. I know in our practice, we had the luxury of having a marketing department, but a lot of practices, especially smaller practices, don't have that luxury. So if you're a busy admin or a practice owner and you have that to-do list that's a mile long and you have tons of great ideas and a lot of vision for your practice, and you feel like you never get through it all, this helps you, like you just said, prioritize, okay, what are the top 5 things that if I can carve out time and make a priority to do, it will impact my practice. That's very motivating.
What are those top 5 things? And then what exactly needs to change in there? Sometimes in practice, we know, hey, the person on the phone may be okay, but we don't really know what to even go and train them on, but we know they need training. And so like having this exercise done really identifies exactly what it feels like to the patient on the other side of the phone, someone who's outside of the practice and is removed from who this person is and how great they are, and just is at the end of the day an outsider's perspective, just like your patients are.
Unbiased.
And
I think a lot of times we think of secret shopper and we think of, oh, they're just going to call and give us feedback on that phone call. A true secret shopper really shows the entire experience of that online potential patient, that consumer's journey online, from encountering your social media to browsing around on your website. And like you just said, we might know, I don't love our website. It needs to change. It should be better. But exactly where and how, what does the consumer need to see? That's the power of a professional secret shopper, not your mom calling or your bestie or your friend. We've all done that. We're like, hey, give us a call, give me your feedback. And that can be great. And we can definitely learn some great things from that. But a really high-powered secret shopper is when you have someone who knows your consumer intimately and knows what they want, what they feel, what are their fears, what are their hesitations, and how are we playing to that? How are we overcoming that? And how are we getting them from casual viewer, slightly interested, curious, to overcoming all their hesitations, all the procrastination, and getting them into our practice, walking through the doors.
And the reason it's so important to do a secret shopper and look at it from the viewpoint of our consumer and their emotions is because consumer studies back up the psychology of emotional decision making. 86% of patients are willing to pay 14% higher for what they feel is a great experience. Emphasis on feel.
Which is a huge stat. Like, I think we use this stat a lot.
Yeah.
We love it because it means a lot for your practice, especially if you have that premium practice that doesn't want a nickel and dime, doesn't want to necessarily chase the price shopper or the patient who's comparing you over a couple $100 difference. We want that patient that's willing to pay 14% higher, but we have to show them from the beginning of their investigation journey that we are a better experience. And then we're not playing the price game. That starts online. Do they perceive that? We have to know through that secret shopper, are we winning that comparison game where they can see we are the better experience?
And continuously showing them that throughout the entire journey. 95% of spending decisions occur in the emotional area of the brain. And when it comes to emotional versus rational marketing, emotional marketing performs twice as well, 31 versus 16%, for a higher return on investment.
So if you are like a lot of healthcare professionals or practice owners that probably aren't an expert in emotional marketing, right? That's not why you got into this business. To have someone do that for you and really shine a light on where your marketing is not hitting the mark emotionally, the revenue potential is just explosive. It's crazy. The reason we picked this topic as our first podcast back this year is because we're so passionate about how this actually really helps your practice, because we know we had that secret shopper done on our own practice years ago. Like we said, it was very painful, but it was amazing because when it's done the right way and you have an expert doing your secret shopper, it identifies exactly what's going to make the biggest difference to your practice, where to focus your precious time, energy, and resources, and ultimately how to bring your revenue numbers up quickly and sustainably for 2025.
And the perspective you'll gain from a secret shopper is seeing your practice through the eyes of your potential patient. It can help you understand the emotions that drive their decisions and find out where you're losing them in the funnel of interest. And at the end of the day, feel confident in what to do to see real results.
One of my favorite ways it helps as the chief marketing officer in my practice back in the day was it helped me make the most of every dollar I was spending when it came to marketing and branding and all of the spend we had. I didn't have an unlimited budget, so I needed it to go as far as possible. It also helps you win the comparison game where you're not losing patients to the competition because you know what your patient wants to see and you're delivering what they want to see online.
And not just online, but also what do they experience through your emails, text messages, phone calls as well.
All of that plays a huge role in whether we convert the patient in the doors or not. If you're investing in a secret shopper, here's what a good secret shopper should look like. You should get your results, which is essentially just the viewpoint of your consumer when they are looking at you online and how they feel about their experience as they go through it with your practice. That should come along with some new insights, what they want to see and feel if that's not present. That rolls into recommendations, your key areas for improvement, along with a clear action plan. What is recommended for you to go and do and change to see big results? As always, we don't leave you hanging. We do offer a secret shopper assessment, which we love to do. We have lots of fun with it. And in ours, we do include a one-on-one call with you to go over all the results together so you feel really clear and confident on your plan moving into the new year. If we can help you with anything related to today's topic, use the link to schedule a free 30-minute synergy session just for new practices.
For our existing practice clients, you already know where to find us.
Now we want to hear from you. What resonated? What other topics are hot for you right now? We want to know all about it in the comments.
We're just a comment away, so if you have any questions, we personally respond to all comments and DMs. If you're not subscribed yet, make it easy on yourself to see new episodes and reference topics that are helpful by hitting the subscribe button.